Welcome. Let's see a first-time sailboat owner diving headfirst into sailing, maintenance, and the semi-liveaboard lifestyle. Join me as I chase endless summers, learn the ropes, and document the highs, lows, and lessons of a life at sea for a monk like me. This is the Sailing Edge. Hi there. Welcome to the Sailing Edge, Episode 1. I'm the edge of this story. Well, you see, my name's Ken Edge, hence the Sailing Edge for my channel name. This channel is your ticket to this mug's quest, where I set sail to find new horizons, develop cool new skills, and tackle all the wild challenges this sailing life throws my way. Buckle up for a mug's eye view of all things sailing. Before I introduce you to the showstopper of this episode, my dazzling new dream boat, let's chat about why I jumped into this adventure, snagged this fantastic boat, and bluffed my way to this point so far. Let's get going on how it all started. The dream always seems bigger than the reality, doesn't it? You see, like many of you out there watching channels like this, I too dreamed of owning my first sailing boat, cruising into the sunshine, and enjoying life in the slow lane for a while. However, the journey can be long, seem difficult, and it's always a compromise on what you like as opposed to what you can afford. I hope that you'll be inspired by these videos so you too can take the leap from dreamer to sailor in the not too distant future. So after many years of wishing, reading books, watching YouTube videos, and frankly being a Dunning-Kruger expert on armchair sailing, I decided it was time for this mug to get up off his backside and make it happen. But where to start? What did I want as opposed to what I needed, or more importantly, what I could safely handle and afford on a limited budget? Like everyone, I set my parameters and I scrolled through thousands and thousands of boats. Many that I couldn't afford, many that weren't suitable, and some that were just an absolute nightmare to try and work out how to begin to repair. That's so after many weeks of seriously looking, I narrowed it down to about 3 different options that I could take. Now it was time to contact the broker. Trying to get callbacks and dates aligned was another problem I didn't anticipate. You'd think arranging to view a boat would be simple, but think again. Maybe it was my lack of knowing the clear process, or the fact I was bluffing my knowledge that gave it away. But getting a broker to ring me back with a confirmed viewing time took way too many calls and emails. When I finally got to the inspection, my world was shattered when I discovered that many of the website photos were taken with a fisheye lens and they looked way roomier than what they really were. You can't imagine how many times I bumped this bald head on bulkheads and doorways, and let's not mention squeezing my girth through hatch doors. As for the equipment, sails, winches, running gear and rigging, well, let's say I pointed a lot and made some approving noises when told how good they were. I was out of my depth and I needed help. So luckily I was recommended a surveyor by someone I trusted, and that's the point when you're a mug like me. You'll get a lot of advice or recommendations, but did they have my interests at heart or just theirs? So my spidey senses were out on high alert and I wanted someone that was on my side. So having a surveyor that you can talk to, discuss what your needs are and show your ignorance to, without fear was a godsend. Let me tell you, having a good surveyor is crucial and can save you a lot of money. Having decided on my top 3 boats, I made an offer for my first choice, quite a cheeky one, some 20% below the asking price. I figured I'd have a choice of 3 boats, and why not? I mean, what was the worst they could say? They told me no, which I kind of expected. However, what caught me off guard was the lack of a counter offer. Nothing at all. Just a straightforward no. So it was up to me to continue the conversation, and at this point the broker was useless. He just said, well, let me know if you want to make a further offer. I was perplexed. I wasn't prepared for that. How high do I go? What should my next offer be? Do I just keep offering till the owner says yes? This was getting confusing. Should I just pivot to my second choice? I thought about it overnight, and the next day I increased my offer by £2,000. A fair offer, I thought. Think again. The inevitable happened. A simple no was the reply. I used all the excuses. I had other choices, picking niggly faults, blah, 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 but they weren't having it. Were they going to just stick to the full price and be damned? So, after another long sleepless night, I called the broker with my final take it or leave it offer. I mean, seriously, enough is enough. If I'm going to shell out for the full price, I at least wanted the second choice, because who doesn't love a boat all ready to sail with a bow thruster? Sure, it's a tad smaller, a little more expensive, and I'll have to master the art of ducking like a professional limbo dancer, but hey, who needs headroom when you've got adventure, right? I was preparing myself to start the negotiations on my second choice when the broker called back. He'd agreed to the price. I was stunned. Yep, he'd accepted my offer, which was some £4,000 below his asking price. You little ripper! I was soon to be a boat owner, and my choice was this Hunter Legend 340, a 34-foot American sailing boat. She wasn't perfect, nor did I care. It suited me, and I love her. And you know what? Nobody could take that away from me. So now that my offer was accepted, I needed the surveyor to view the boat, but first I had to arrange for the boat to be lifted, and this was at my expense. So the risk was, if it was not seaworthy or there were some major issues, then I would be able to walk away, albeit with a £590 bill for the haul out. Unnecessary evil. The surveyor would be able to check the underwater bits and any other issues that may be lurking below. So here's where it got weird. 6 phone calls and numerous emails, plus the surveyor calling as many times as well, and we still didn't have a haul out date after 2 weeks. What was going on? Finally, we had a date, but it clashed with another work commitment I had. So I made the decision for the surveyor to go ahead without me being there. It was not ideal, but time was ticking. So all progressed well. The survey was done, and here's where the surveyor saved me thousands. Armed with the repair list and what was required, I emailed the survey and my request to have the issues rectified at the price agreed, or I was open to a renegotiated price. The broker went silent, no answers and no responses after a week, then 2 weeks. Then on the 3rd week, I wanted answers. After getting the cold shoulder for 3 weeks, I called the marina to see if they could confirm that the broker was on site before I took the hour or so drive down for the weekend. I was then told no, the broker was on holiday and was overseas. I mean, what the actual? Fortunately, they gave me a name and number of another broker who could help me. So I called him, explained the situation, and he agreed to contact the owner to discuss. Within 30 minutes, the new broker returned my call, and equally, the owner was as frustrated as I was and wanted it settled. Great news! We negotiated a new price based on the work required, and we settled the very next day, ironically for the exact price of my initial offer. And that was it. After all those weeks of stress, I was the owner. My dream had come true. At last, I was a happy bloke. The surveyor saved my bacon, and so well worth his fee. So now I had the keys to my boat, I enjoyed the sunset and began to explore the whole boat, now that she was officially mine. Sure, the survey had highlighted things that needed fixing, but there was nothing urgent, and some were just cosmetic. In our next episode, we will do the full tour, have a look at some of the repairs highlighted, and of course, a little more on why I selected an American production boat over older, more orthodox choices. Also, it would be great for you to give this mug some ideas on how to fix things, what to change, and where I can spend my limited budget for the best bang for my buck. I hope that some of you will choose to subscribe and join me on my journey, but if not, thanks for watching, and maybe our horizons will catch you another time. Take care for now, and see you next time. Mug Sailor out.